Hi, guys. In this conversation, I want to remind us of the fact that there is nothing like unconditional love. You see, over the years, we have been hoodwinked into believing that there is something called unconditional love. But I'm going to define love according to La Russell for us to see that there is nothing like unconditional love. You see, La Russell said, love is like unto the ascent of a mountain. It never comes close. It only comes closer to you as you go closer to it. Now I'm going to come back to this definition. But if we look at what goes on in life, when we say that love is unconditional acceptance, in most cases, what we're talking about is for other people to love us, they have to love us unconditionally. Because when it comes to we loving other people, that's where we have 1,001 reasons. Even I, talking about this love and conditions now, I have a condition for love. At the physical level, at least, I just like size, finish, breast. I don't like it small. Now, sometimes people say the way to a man's heart is through his food. For me, if you like cook intercontinental, cook intergalactic food, I will eat it. I will tell you thanks. I will even dash you money. But you won't come close to my heart because I'm sapiosexual. I'm aroused by women that are intelligent, knowledgeable, that I can discuss anything with and get reasonable answers or reasonable suggestion. So there are conditions attached to love. For some people, it's that she needs to have a big backside. She needs this, she needs to do this, she needs to do that. For some people, it's all about him being able to pay his bills and having extra money to pay her bills and her excesses. Imagine a young guy who's not able to pay his bills. You walk up to a girl, maybe a high class or high value girl, and you want to talk to her about love. Even if naturally she loves you by the kind of person you are, maybe your personality or things like that, she will use padlock that love and throw it away into the bush. Because she must do everything to make sure she doesn't love you. She doesn't show the love because she cannot date you. Because you're a nobody. So the truth about life is that there are conditions attached to love. And we need to find out these conditions, not in the other people, in ourselves as well. Because they say that an unexamined life is not worth living. But the question now is, why do we examine our lives? We examine our lives because we want to become better. So if there is BS in your life, the first thing you need to do as a leader, as a matured person, is to find out that fault in you and fix it. Because the fault you don't fix in you, the character flaws you don't fix in you, can ruin you for life. Let's take, for instance, you have a young girl growing up. She's so beautiful. Okay, no, let me put it this way. There's this saying that men or young boys are able to sleep with who they can, while women sleep with whom they want to. Now, this dynamics is very true in the early stages of life. That is, as a young girl, you have the choice to select whom you sleep with. So that means a guy can come and give you all the lines, talk all bullshit in his head, and you will deny him access to you. But that same guy can go to some other girl, speak some things, says one or two things, and she accepts him. Now, but as a woman grows older, maybe when she's approaching that age where the wear and tear is far above the repair work going on in her body, by then she begins to look like a 400 years old woman. Now, any young man that sees her will feel that this one is not a wife material, because if she's a wife material, why is she still single by this time? Now, these men who come to you are only going to come to you for fun, for sex. And in most cases, that is what you are good in. Because some of these girls who have so much criteria financially, or who have a lot of high demand for financial or material things, one thing about them is they have nothing to add to a man's life. They don't add value to a man's life. All they do is bills, and you give them the life of fun. So even when you date a man 1, 2, 3, 4 years, you don't even realize that you're not adding value to him. You're only taking away value. And men naturally want to get married to somebody who add value to them. So a man dates you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You're not adding value to him, so he's not taking the friendship to the next level. And you jump from one relationship to another, and after a while you begin to say all men are the same. Yes, all men are the same. Agreed. But are you different? You're not different. Because the truth is, before all men are the same, you should open your eyes, not your legs. So the bad attitude you have can ruin you for life. Fix your bad attitude. Fix your character flaws. Fix your personality flaws, and stop talking about love as unconditional acceptance, because nobody will accept you. If you're a dirty guy and you want to marry an angel, it's impossible, because no angel will come and live in a dirty house or live in a dirty life that you've not even defined your purpose in life. And you want an angel to come there. How? If you're a woman and you sleep around, or you sleep with men so that they can pay your bills, nobody will marry you. Look at our society of today. A good number of women are unmarried. Instead, they are jumping from one prayer house to another, one spiritualist to another, one person to another, looking for solutions. But it's a life they have destroyed. So, fix what is in your life. And stop talking about love as unconditional acceptance, because nobody will accept you if your life is full of BS. If you have BS in your life, then you go for people of like minds, people who have BS in their lives as well. Then tolerate them. Then practice that unconditional love in their lives. You see, love is something we give. Love is a process, is a way of life that we give out to someone we care for, someone we love, someone we cherish, someone we appreciate. But for us to give that love to that person has to be deserving. Now, even if we remove the financial aspect of life, to say maybe like a woman that feels that a man should be able to pay his bills and pay her bills before she accepts him as a friend, let's remove that aside. Let's talk about character. There are certain characters a person will have, no matter how much you love that person. Once that person displays that character, the love you have will evaporate. And to an extent, I think that we shouldn't be talking about love as this idea of marriage is all about tolerance. No, marriage is not about tolerance. That was applicable in the ancient time when we were ignorant, when love was not a part of the equation of marriage. As at then, it was, you've got to the age of marriage. So the next thing your family arranges for you, or you pick up a girl or a guy or something, and marriage is done. And the society doesn't care about you. All they want is that the marriage is successful. You don't have to leave the marriage. You don't have to divorce. So no matter how bad the marriage is, you remain in it. That's when we can start talking about that marriage has to do with endurance. Yes, you have to endure because you didn't have a choice in the process. You were forced into it. But today, we make our choices. A person can sit down and say, okay, I don't want to get married until this age, or I don't want to get married until I see this kind of man, this kind of woman. It's a choice. But the greatest problem of today is that a lot of people make the wrong choices, then say, marriage is all about endurance. There's nothing like endurance. You don't endure in marriage. If marriage was a place for endurance, it would have been written in the Constitution or in the Holy Writs. All the holy books will state it down there. So marriage is not about endurance. Marriage is a mini heaven. And For you to give love to somebody, that person needs to deserve it. Because if the person doesn't deserve your love, you will not be willing to love that person. So if you seek happiness in life, if you seek true friendship, if you seek somebody to empower you, to make your life a better place, or a little heaven, a mini paradise, fix yourself. Fix the BS in your life. Fix your character flaws. And work on yourself to become a better person. Then, most importantly, love is about giving. Love is not about receiving. Love is about giving. When you love somebody, you invest your energy, spiritual, physical, and otherwise. You invest it in that person. And the mere act of investing this energy in that person gives you so much fulfillment. It gives you fulfillment because you have that joy within you that you're loving somebody. So, once again, love is not unconditional acceptance. Love is not about enduring. Love is a happy process that we give to those who deserve the love. So for you to be loved, you also have to work on yourself, refine yourself, and become a better person, and you will find true love in life. Life is simple. Love is simple. It's not a complicated process. It only gets complicated when you start loving somebody whom is supposed to be just a hi, hello friend, or somebody you're supposed to just wave and pass on the way. You decide to bring the person into your life. That's when you start having problems. Love is sweet. Love is the best thing that can ever happen to you, but you have to give it. Cheers. Thanks for listening. Hi guys. In this conversation, I want to remind us of the fact that there is nothing like unconditional love. You see, over the years, we have been hoodwinked into believing that there is something called unconditional love. But I'm going to define love according to Russell, for us to see that there is nothing like unconditional love. He said, Russell said, love is like unto the ascent of a mountain. It never comes close. It only comes close